As reports emerge of a push for another hostage release deal and ceasefire in Gaza, the families of the remaining 59 hostages marked another holiday without their loved ones. Passover is the festival of freedom, yet 59 souls have not been free for 556 days, including now 24-year-old Alon Ohel, a music lover and pianist who had plans to study jazz in Tel Aviv. That was before he was kidnapped from a bomb shelter near Aim in southern Israel 18 months ago on October 7th, 2023. We are joined now by Alon's mother, Idit Ohel. Idit, thank you so much for being with us on The Rundown this evening and taking the time to share more about your son, Alon. I want to begin by just asking you how you spent your Seder night. I heard some social media posts from you before this, but this was the second Passover, the holiday of freedom, that you've had to celebrate without your son.
First of all, we didn't celebrate anything. We sat together as a family because I know that Alon wants us to be together, united. We didn't do the Seder. How can I do Seder and eat when I don't think my son has anything to eat? My son has been, for many days, today is 556 days, in the tunnels, 40 meters under the ground. He's been injured. He has an injury that is life-threatening. In his eye, he's got a chip nail in his eye. He's got chip nails all over his body. And he's been chained in his legs so he cannot move and starved for so many days. So yes, Alon is alive, but in terrible, terrible conditions. So how can I celebrate anything? There's no freedom, not for him, not for us, not for all over the Israeli people here. We are not freed.
And it makes it another very, very difficult day to mark on the calendar, as all days since October 7th have been a difficult one to mark on the calendar. Idit, with these reports of possibly a new deal, roughly 10 hostages would be freed according to these reports, even though it seems tonight Hamas rejecting it once again. But in your opinion, how do you feel about this deal, even that these talks are happening once again? Does it make you hopeful, or what emotions does it bring about?
I don't know. This is, I've been in such a psychological, roller coaster, if you say, from the 7th of October till today. I do not know till I know for me, until Alon is now with me at home, by me, I have no idea what that means. If it's hopeful or not, I hope so. I hope you'll give us a little bit of hope, but I don't know. What I do know is Alon needs to get medical attention now. I want, and I've been talking about it all the time, Alon needs to, not just Alon, all the injured that are still in Gaza, hostages, need to be taken away from Gaza and get medical attention no matter what. And that's the first thing that they need to get.
Well, this is something that you were also very vocal about during the hostage release deal in January of this year. The fact that this was supposed to be a humanitarian deal, yet your son, someone who was injured, was not a part of those first ones that were set to be released, and now this deal fell through. But you talk about getting them the medical attention that they need, that they deserve, that they've been lacking for 18 months at this point. How can you continue to voice for this, and what do you hope can be done as soon as possible?
I am not stopping talking about it with whoever I can, obviously with the government, with our government, Israeli government, and pushing for this. I think it does, before you decide what deal there's going to come out, getting medical attention, getting the hostages out that are injured to get them is the most important thing. It doesn't make sense getting that Gazans who live there get medical attention for them. There's food getting into Gaza, and we have hostages that are injured and they don't get nothing. It doesn't make sense. We have to change that. We have to make sure that they get what they need. And this is not happening still.
And the best way to change that is clearly to get them all back out of Gaza and back in Israel as soon as possible. We do know that many of the hostages, throughout their time in captivity, they are able to watch some of these news updates. They are able to hear little snippets from the Israeli public, from their family members. If Alon is able to watch this, what would be your message to him right now?
Alon, for about 500 days, did not watch television, did not hear radio. As I said before, he is being kept in terrible conditions, inhumane conditions, in the worst conditions in Gaza. He's been beaten and been starved, and he does not watch TV. But if he will, if somehow it will get to him for some new reason, that where he is will watch after so many days television. Of course, he knows that we love him. He knows that we are with him and that we are not stopping and will never stop fighting for him until he returns. We're doing everything in our power to make sure that he comes home, and he has to be brave, continue being brave as he is, surviving these terrible things still, and he has to continue doing this and surviving and making and believing and knowing that he is coming alive. Alon is coming home alive. I know this, and I know this is going to happen. You are coming home alive, and we will make sure of it. So we're doing everything we can, and this is our life's, work. You are my son. You are my son, and I will never give up. I am a Leoness. I am a mother, and this is my job, and this is what I have to do.
You are a lioness, and Alon is a fighter, and so are all of the hostages who are still there fighting until they can be brought home. Idit Ohel, thank you for taking the time to speak to us about your son, Alon Ohel, until him and all of the 59 are back home. Thank you.